In today's episode,
Extraordinary You, a short guide to memoir writing with AI by Odasnac and Musa Wababai.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. This time we're taking a deep dive into something I think a lot of us have thought about at one time or another, memoir writing. But not just any memoir writing. Oh, no. Today, we're adding a little AI to the mix.
AI and memoir writing, huh? That's interesting.
Yeah. So we'll be looking at this new book, Extraordinary You, A Short Guide to Memoir Writing with AI. Just came out. And get this, the book's main idea is that everyone, and I mean everyone, has a story worth sharing.
Everyone, huh? Sounds like a pretty bold claim.
It does, right. But the book actually makes a really compelling case. It uses these vivid examples, like just imagine running into an old friend in a crowded marketplace.
Okay, I can see that.
Right. Or even simpler things, like remember playing tag as a kid, those kinds of things.
Yeah, I get you. Those everyday moments, they don't seem that extraordinary at first glance.
Exactly. But the book argues that when you add context, and especially emotion, those ordinary moments, they suddenly become extraordinary. Like playing tag, it's not just a game anymore. It's this symbol of childhood freedom or something like that.
I love that. So it's about finding the extraordinary in the ordinary, then.
Yeah, exactly. And it's about realizing that you don't have to be famous or have done these crazy things to have a story worth telling. Everyone's life, with all its ups and downs, it's a story.
I can get behind that. So we've got the extraordinary you part down, but what about the AI part? How does that fit in?
Well, that's what I found so cool about this book. It presents AI as this, like, biographer, almost like a helpful sidekick on your writing journey. What do you think about that, this whole idea of AI as a biographer?
Well, it's interesting. The authors, Odasnac and Musa Wababai, they emphasize AI as a tool to enhance the human element, not to replace it. Not replace the human element, not at all.
Okay, so not replacing us, but enhancing. I like that.
Yeah, imagine, for instance, you're trying to remember details about, say, a childhood event, but you can't quite grasp them. The book suggests using AI prompts to trigger those memories, like describe a time you felt pure joy as a child, something like that.
Wow, that's actually pretty smart. Using AI to kind of like jumpstart your memory?
Right, it can help access those emotions, those hidden gems from your past that you might not have thought about otherwise.
And it's not only about memory, is it? The book also talks about how AI can help you organize your thoughts, maybe even get over writer's block.
Oh, absolutely. It's like having a brainstorming buddy, available 24/7, always ready to bounce ideas around with.
That would be pretty handy. And there was something about a memory map.
Ah, yes. The memory map. That's a really cool visual tool the book talks about.
Okay, what is a memory map exactly? Is it like a literal map, like directions or something?
Not quite. Think of it more like a mind map, but for your life experiences. You can create branches for different periods of your life, for key people, big events, and even like recurring themes or emotions.
So it's a way to see your memories visually.
Exactly. You know how memories can be so jumbled up? The memory map helps you organize that jumble.
So instead of being overwhelmed by all those memories, you can use this map to start to see connections and patterns.
And the best part is, it doesn't have to be neat and perfect. It can be as messy as your memories are.
That's reassuring. Speaking of getting started, the book also offers some very practical steps. Things like setting up your writing space, making it comfortable, and establishing a writing routine.
Yes, the book really emphasizes that you don't need to have it all figured out from the beginning.
That's good. I think a lot of people get hung up on that, on trying to make it perfect right away.
Absolutely. Just start writing, even a few sentences every day. It all adds up.
Progress over perfection, right?
Exactly. It's a journey, not a race. You don't need to write your whole life story all at once.
Okay, so we've talked about the extraordinary you, the AI as biographer idea, the memory map. It's already a lot, but now I'm curious, how does AI actually help with the narrative itself? With writing the story.
Ah, that's where things get even more interesting. And that, my friend, is what we'll be diving into next.
You really left us hanging there before the break with the whole AI and narrative thing. So how does AI help us actually write the story?
Well, the book goes into detail about how this collaboration can work, and it highlights this AI-powered writing app called Wababai. It's more than just a grammar checker. It's like a personal writing assistant that helps you throughout the whole process.
Yeah, I remember reading about that. I was especially interested in how it could be used, like even before you actually start writing.
Right. The book suggests using Wababai right from the brain farming phase. Imagine you're sitting there staring at a blank page, no clue where to start.
Oh, I know that feeling all too well.
Well, Wababai has this feature called Idea Chat, basically a digital brainstorming partner. It asks you these questions, these prompts, to get your memories and ideas flowing.
So it's like, hey, remember that time when? that kind of thing.
Exactly. It can really help if you're feeling stuck or intimidated. And as you start writing, the book stresses the importance of just getting that first draft down.
Don't worry about making it perfect. Just get it out there.
Yes, just let it flow. And then Wababai's AI editor can help you refine it later.
This brings up something I've been wondering about. If we're using all this AI, how do we make sure the final product still sounds like us? Doesn't AI tend to sound a little robotic?
That's a valid concern, and the book addresses it head on. Wababai has this really neat feature called My Voices.
My Voices, what's that?
It's incredible. You can actually train the AI to recognize your personal writing style.
Really? Like, how does that even work?
You feed it samples of your previous writing. The algorithms then analyze your sentences, your word choices, even your use of humor and stuff. It's like creating a fingerprint of your writing style.
Wow, so it's not just fixing grammar, it's making sure the edits sound like something I would actually write.
Exactly. It's like having an editor who knows you inside and out.
Okay, that definitely makes me feel better about using AI. It's about making my voice stronger, not replacing it altogether.
That's the key takeaway. AI enhances, it doesn't take over. It's a partnership.
This leads me to another question, though. It's great that AI can help us write our memoirs, but are there any, ethical considerations?
Of course, that's a really important point. The book does acknowledge the ethical side of things, but it emphasizes using AI responsibly. Being aware of your intentions, making sure the AI is helping you tell your truth, not distorting it.
That makes sense. We should definitely be aware of the potential downsides while also embracing the possibilities.
Absolutely. It's a conversation we need to keep having as AI gets more advanced. We have to question our assumptions and make sure the human element remains at the heart of it all.
With all this talk about AI and ethics, I almost forgot something you mentioned earlier, about how writing a memoir isn't just about the past, but also about how we understand and remember our experiences.
That's right. Memory isn't set in stone. The way we choose to frame those memories, the meaning we give them, it can actually shape how we see our own past.
So it's not just about what happened, it's about the story we tell ourselves about what happened.
Exactly. And by shaping those stories, we can learn about ourselves, heal old wounds, even change how we think about who we are.
It's a pretty powerful idea. Writing a memoir, even with AI's help, can be a really transformative experience.
It really can. It's about using storytelling to understand ourselves better and to connect with others.
Speaking of connecting with others, the book also talked about having a target reader persona in mind. What did you think about that?
Oh, that's so important. The book suggests picturing one specific person you're writing for, like a child, a friend, maybe someone you haven't seen in a while.
Okay, so write it as if you're telling them the story directly.
Right. It helps you focus your narrative, pick details they would find interesting. It's like having a conversation with them through your writing.
That does make it feel more personal, more purposeful.
It does. It's not just for the whole world to read. It's for this one person.
Wouldn't that limit your audience, though?
Maybe you'd think so, but the book argues that it actually makes the story more universal. By focusing on one person, you end up tapping into those shared human experiences we all have.
Interesting. I wonder if AI can help with that, too, with the reader persona thing.
It can. The book suggests telling Wababai about your reader persona. That way, it can adjust its suggestions to make sure your story resonates with that particular person.
Wow, so AI is helping you connect with your reader on an even deeper level.
Precisely. It's another example of how AI can enhance the process, but at the end of the day, it's the human part, the emotions, the insights that make a memoir truly captivating.
This is all so fascinating. We've covered the extraordinary you idea, AI as biographer, the memory map, Wababai, ethical considerations, the power of storytelling, and now this reader persona concept.
It's quite a lot to unpack, isn't it? And we haven't even touched on everything yet.
I know. I'm ready for more. What else is there to explore?
Well, before we jump into the final points, let's take a moment to digest what we've learned so far. Let those ideas sink in.
Okay, so we've really dug deep into this whole idea of using AI to write your memoir. We've seen how it can help us unearth those forgotten memories and shape our stories. It's been pretty mind-blowing so far.
It has. And to wrap things up, I want to touch on something that really struck me right reading the book. It's about how writing a memoir, it's not just about looking back at the past. It can actually help you understand who you are right now in the present.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like shaping your future through understanding your past.
Yeah. The book talks about how reflecting on your experiences, making sense of it all, it can actually change how you live your life moving forward.
That makes sense. It's like using those past experiences to make better decisions now.
Right. And the book even suggests that AI can help with this too. Imagine using AI to analyze your memories and find those recurring patterns in how you behave or in your relationships.
So it's like AI is helping you figure out your blind spots.
Yeah, kinda. It's like AI is giving you this deeper understanding of yourself, helping you see your strengths and weaknesses and why you do the things you do.
That's pretty amazing, actually. It's like AI is helping you become a more self-aware person.
Exactly. And when you're more self-aware, you can make better choices, break those bad habits, really lives a more fulfilling life.
Wow. So memoir writing with AI, it's not just a creative thing. It's like a whole personal growth journey.
It really is. And remember what we said earlier about everyone having an extraordinary story?
Yeah.
Well, the book goes even further. It talks about how sharing those stories, it's not just about you. It can actually have a big impact on other people too.
Oh, right. It can help people connect and feel less alone.
Exactly. The book has this great line, your story might just be the key that unlocks someone else's heart.
Wow, that's beautiful. It really shows how connected we all are through our stories. And it makes me think, like, what if AI could help us share those stories with even more people?
That's a really interesting thought. Imagine AI connecting readers with stories that really speak to them, based on their interests and experiences. It could totally change how we discover and connect with each other through storytelling.
It's like AI helping us build empathy and understanding between people.
Exactly. It's pretty amazing to think about how powerful that could be.
Well, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive. We've explored so much, from unearthing those hidden memories to thinking about the impact our stories can have on others.
It's been a great conversation. I hope everyone listening has found it helpful and maybe even a little inspiring.
I think so too. So before we go, one last thought for everyone listening. What amazing moments are hidden in your own, maybe seemingly ordinary life? What stories are waiting to be told? And how could AI help you bring those stories to life?
You are the storyteller. Your story matters. Go tell it.
That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
You've listened to our latest episode of Right Here, Right Now,